Let us take some question and answer in data structure using C. First is list out the areas in which data structures are applied extensively. They are applied, computer science everywhere, but compiler design they are specifically used operating system, DBMS, statistical analysis package, numerical analysis, graphics, artificial intelligence simulation. What are the major data structure used in the following areas? RDBMS, this network data model and hierarchical data model. In network, the best would be graph because it easily emulates the structure. Hierarchical, it will be best will be tree, and RDBMS. We'll see. The answer is RDBMS. The best is array of structures. RDBMS array of structures, network data model graph, hierarchical data model trees. So if you are using C language to represent the heterogeneous linked list, what pointer type will you use? Of course, you are going to use what? Void. Because the heterogeneous linked list contains different types of data in its nodes and we need a link. So link pointer to connect them. It is not possible to use ordinary pointer for this. So we go for void pointer. Void pointer is capable of storing pointer of any type because void is a generic pointer type. Then minimum number of queues required for the priority queue. So there are two queues that are required. First is for actual storing of data. The other is for storing the priorities. What is the data structure used to perform recursion? Of course, stack. Why? Because stack, it uses LIFO, last in first of property. So it remembers the caller so that whom to return when the function has to return. So recursion makes use of the system stack for storing the return address of the function calls. And every recursive function has its equivalent iterative non-recursive function. So even when such equivalent iterative procedures are written, explicit stack can be used. What are the notations used in evaluation of arithmetic expression using prefix and postfix? Is it Polish and reverse Polish? The answer is Polish and reverse Polish. How many null nodes will a binary tree with 20 nodes have? Now you need to tell. Null nodes with a binary tree, 20 nodes. See. Let us take a tree with 5 nodes. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes. These are null branches. So it will have only 6, that is 5 plus 1 null branches. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what 20? How many null nodes will binary tree have? If 20 nodes are there, so it will be n plus 1. That will be 20 plus 1. That will be 21. 21. What are the methods available in storing sequential files? The methods are straight merging, natural merging, poly, phase sort, and distribution of initial runs. List out few applications of tree data structure. You can use tree for manipulation of arithmetic expression, symbol table construction, syntax analysis. List out few of the applications that make use of multi-link structures, sparse matrix, and index generation. In a tree construction, which is the suitable efficient data structure, so linked list will be the best. So linked list is the efficient data structure for tree construction. What type of algorithm is used in solving 8 queens problem? It is backtracking. The answer is backtracking. Now traverse the given tree using in order, pre-order, and post-order. See, these are the answers. In order. First, in order, what you have to do is, first these are in order, pre-order, and post-order. In order, what we do is, first we go to left, okay, left subtree or left node. Then we go to the node that is the root, and then we go to the right one. Okay, so this is root. So let us see in this what we are going to do. I'll do the in order for you and leave pre-order and post-order for you. In order is, first of all, we have to go to the left. So do A has some left? Yes, it has left. We have come to B. Do B has some left? Yes, it has left. So we go to D. Do D has some left subtree? No. So we'll take D first. Then, as we know that in this we have to go to the right one. So we have taken the root now. We have to go to the right, DH. So H will be there. Now we again come back and we see that here, because in this in order we have covered the left one. Now we have to take the root and then the right subtree. Now we have to take the root, that is B we have taken. Now do this have any right subtree? Yes, it has E. So we take E. Now the left subtree of this root is over. Now we can take this A. So we have taken A. Now we again go to the right subtree. We do the recursive again. As we come here to the this right subtree, we see that do this have any left subtree? Yes, it has. So we'll go to the left. Do this f has left or right? Left or right? First we check for the left. It has no left, right, no right. So we'll take f. Then we again go back, and now because left subtree is over, we'll take c because this is the root c. Now we go to the right. Okay, now right has again a subtree. So we go to the left. Do we have any left? To I and I? No, left, no left, no right. So we'll take I. Now we take the in order because we want to take the in order root. So we take G and finally J. So this is the in order. In the same way, the pre-order and post-order. Post-order you take root last, and in the pre-order you take root first. So this is the, I hope that you'll be able to do it. There are 8, 15, 13 and 14 nodes. These are nodes where they are in 4 different trees. Which of them could have formed a full binary tree? So we'll do it by rejection. The answer is 15. So in general there are 2n minus 1 nodes in a full binary tree. We know that there are 2n minus 1 in full binary tree. So by the method of elimination, full binary tree contain odd number of nodes. So there cannot be full binary for 8 and 14. We just remove them or does not consider them because they need to have odd number of nodes. 13 nodes you can form a complete binary tree, but it is not a full binary tree. So the answer will be 15. In a given binary tree, using array you can store the node 4 at which location. So this is your given binary tree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using an array you can store the node 4 at which location? Let us see. The answer is at location 6. How? See, we have to store the 4th location. So let us see how this is done. So let us see how we are going to store it first of all. Then I'll tell you how we have gone to this location 6. First we'll take the root. We store it here. Then we see what is the left child of C. Left child of this 1. Left child is 2. So we place it here. This is the left child. This is the root. Now we see what is the right child. This is 3. So we write the right child. When this is over, we go to the this left subchild of 1, that is 2. What is the left subchild? That is the leaf. There is no left subchild, so we place nothing. So left subchild of 2 is nothing, so we place nothing here, null here. What is the right because this is a binary tree, we have to keep all these values because sometime it will come. What is the right subchild of 2? It is nothing, so we keep null here. Now we come to this node, right subchild of 1. What is the left subchild? Because 3 has already been stored here. What is the left subchild of 4? This is 4. So we see the right subchild. And then we see that there is nothing here. So we keep the null here. Then we go to the next one. That is the 5th. That is the left subchild of 4. That is null. So we keep here. Then we go to the 5 and we place 5 here. So this is at the location of 6. Right? Sort the given values using quick sort. These are the values you have to use the quick sort. So let me tell you how we are going to do this. Quick sort. Sorting takes place from the pivot value. These are the values. We have to start from the pivot value, which is the first value of the given elements. Okay. Now the first value of the given elements. So let me tell you that the first value, this is the pivot value. Okay. Now after first go or after first iteration, 65 will find its position in the which is at the correct position. So with sorting will take place from the pivot value, and which is the first value of the given element, which is 65 here. And the value at the left pointer and right pointer, these are indicated by L and R. So this will be L and this will be R. Okay. Now we need to see what is going on. We will compare for this left with R. What is happening? This will be exchange. So, 45 is lower than 70. So 45 will come here, 70 will go here. And left will come to the next position, right will come to the next position. Now we have left this, right this. Which is lower, 50 is lower. So again an exchange will be done. 50 comes here, 75 comes here, left and right changes its, means it is incremented, it is decremented. 80 and 55, which is smaller, 55 is smaller, so we have to exchange. 55 comes here, 80 goes here, 80 comes here. Now L and R, L will increase, R will decrease. Now 85 and 60, what will happen? Again an exchange will happen. So 60 and 85. So now this L and R pointers cross each other. The pivot value is interchanged with the value at the right pointer. Okay. So if the pivot value is changed, it means that the pivot has actually occupied its original position in this sorted order. So hence we have two different arrays which are formed. And how this is formed, let's just remember this. I'm going to the next phase. So once start from the original to the pivot value and then pivot value to the end. How? See, this 65 has taken its correct position from where we have started. This was the correct 65 we have started, and now this 65 is in the correct position now. Now again we get two different arrays. This is the first array, this is the other array, and we do it again for this same stuff. Left is compared with R, which is smaller, 55 is smaller than 60, 55 is exchange. Left and R will change its place. Now we see how to deal with these two. These two, 50 and 55, 50 is smaller, so 50 will change its place, 50, and 55 will come here. Now left remains the same, R is 45. Okay. Now you want to change it, you can again change it, 45 and 50. So you'll get 45, 50 here, 55 here, and 60 here. 65 was in the correct position. What about 70, 80, 75, 85? First this will check. 85, 70, 70 is smaller, we'll change it. 70 will come here, and 85 will go here. Okay. Now right will remain here, right has come here, left will go this place. Let us see left and right. What is the correct sequence? We see that 75 and 80, there is nothing going on here, but here we have to increase the R to this point, R and L. 75 and 80, this will change the position. 75 will come here, 80 will get his position, and now this is the sorted array by the quick sort. For a given graph, draw the DFS and BFS. That is, DFS is depth first search, BFS is the breadth first search. So the answer would be A. Just consider that these are the value in from A to C. We have final value A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So you can mark it and just apply BFS and DFS. So this is the answer. Classify the hashing function on the various method by which the key value is found. You can have various hashing function. It can be direct method, it can be subtraction method, modular division method, digit extraction method, mid square method, folding method, pseudo random method. These are all the methods you can apply for hashing. Hashing function these are. The next is what are the types of collision resolution technique and the methods used in each of the type. Collision resolution technique. So these are the collision resolution technique. Open addressing. The method used in this is overflow block. Closed addressing, that is open hashing. We use linked list and binary here. In RDBMS, what is the efficient data structure used in internal storage representation? B plus tree. Because B plus tree, all the data are stored only in the leaf node. There is no data stored in the intermediary nodes, only in the leaf node the data is stored. So it makes the searching quite easier. So this corresponds to the records that shall be stored in the leaf nodes. Next is draw the B tree of order 3, creating this B tree you have to write, created by inserting the following data arriving in sequence. So please try it, how you can draw the B tree. And this is the B tree actually. We'll start with the, you have to first start with, in B tree the important aspect is, all the members here will be less than 11 and all the members here will be greater than 11. And there is always, there is always some breaking is going on. So this is the actual version. We have a B tree with this sequence. Okay. So I hope you will do it by yourself. This is the answer. What is a spanning tree? A spanning tree is a tree associated with the network. So all the nodes of the graph appear in the tree once. A minimum spanning tree is a spanning tree organized so that the total edge weight between the nodes is minimized. Now, does the MST, a minimum spanning tree of a graph, give the shortest distance between any two specified nodes? The answer is no. Minimum spanning tree assures that the total weight of the tree is kept at its minimum. But it will not guarantee, it doesn't mean that the distance between any two nodes involved in the minimum spanning tree is minimum. This is the graph. Convert the graph into weighted edges to MST. I hope you'll be doing it. I'll tell you the answer just now. This is the correct answer, the equivalent minimum spanning tree. So we start from here, okay, or you can start from here also. Any point you can take. So we start from 2, go to 4, 10. which is the lowest? 600, 612, so 2958. We take 612 to 4, then we take 310, and then we go to 300. If you add all these three, any other path you choose, this number will always be less than that. This is the minimum spanning tree. Whether linked list is a linear or non-linear data structure. See, if you talk about the access strategy, it is linear, and storage strategy, it is non-linear. So, according to the access strategy, linked list is linear. According to the storage, linked list is non-linear. Draw the binary tree of this expression. Okay, this is A into B, then minus into is also here, P divided by Q. Okay, then P divided by Q is here, C into D is here, that is plus, and then this is multiplied, these two are multiplied, and finally A plus B minus of this. This is the binary tree for this expression. For the following COBOL code, draw the binary tree. This is the COBOL tree. So I hope you'll be able to draw it. I'll tell you the answer. This is the binary tree. Student REC 1, 2 is the name, first name, last name, year of study, first semester, second semester. What is the difference between a queue and a stack? Queue and a stack. A queue is FIFO, first in, first out. Priority queues doesn't quite follow that, but while a stack is LIFO. Elements get inserted at one end of the queue and retrieved from the another, or deleted from the another, while the insertion and removal operation for the stack are done at the same end. So what is the difference between storing data on the heap versus on the stack? A stack is smaller but quicker for creating variables. These are the auto variables. Heap is limited in the size only by how much memory that can be allocated. So if you want to create or find the memory for the malloc and calloc and new malloc and new functions, so dynamically created memory will be taken from heap. Stack would include most compile time variables, while heap would include anything created with the malloc or new. This is for C++. Let W be the string ABCD. Find the length of W. List all substrings of W. Now, can you answer this? Length is 4, of course. ABCD. So there are 4 characters. So length of ABCD is W 4. Substrings is first of all ABCD, then ABC, BCD, AB, BC, CD, A, B, C, D individually, and another string. So this is all for today. We'll be taking more of these in the later session. Thank you so much. Take care.